Welcome students. So in this video I am going to teach you and give revision of the lesson 6 Study of Continents Asia of class 8 Geography. So in this chapter one of the most important thing that I am going to teach you here, and that is the major political regions and the major physical units, right? So let's start with the major political regions. So firstly, the first major political regions includes Southwest Asia, which includes Turkey, Saudi Arabia, Iran, Iraq, Jordan, Syria and Israel. Now when we move towards the South Asia, that is the South Central Asia, includes India and its neighboring countries. Now the third one is Southeast Asia, which includes Thailand, Laos, Cambodia, Vietnam, Malaysia, Singapore, Indonesia and the Philippines. Then the fourth one is East Asia. It consists of China, North and South Korea, Japan and Taiwan, and the Central Asia, which includes the countries like Kazakhstan and some other former Soviet republics. And the last political region of Asia is North Asia, which consists of Siberia. The major physical unit includes 5 types. One is the northern lowland, another one is the central zone of mountain, the third one is the plateaus of south, fourth the fertile alluvial plains, and the fifth one is the island groups. So the first one, that is the northern lowlands, which includes the floodplains of the rivers of Yenisei, Lena, the central Siberian plateaus and the Turan plain. The central zone of mountains, which basically has a ranges of high young fold mountains, which includes Himalayas, Karakoram, Kunlun, Tian Shan, Hindu Kush and Suleiman and many others. And it includes the plateaus of Tibet, Mongolia and Iran and Anatolia, which lies in between these mountains. The third one is the plateaus of south. The plateaus of south, it has old and eroded plateaus, which includes Deccan, Arabian and etc. The plateaus, the next fourth one is the fertile alluvial plain. The fertile alluvial plains, which basically has been formed by certain rivers, so many rivers which are being included like Ganga, Brahmaputra, Yangtze, Indus, etc. The last one is the island group. These are the group of islands towards the east and southeastern of the mainland. So my dear students, now I am going to explain you about the climate and the vegetation type. As you all know that the plants are growing naturally in any area which are without human interference, which comprises all the natural resources of that particular country or the continent. The natural vegetation influenced by the many factors such as the climatic conditions, especially what amount of rainfall and the temperature which is being comprised on that particular area. So what are the vegetation zones which are considered into this chapter, and that is the continents of Asia. So the first vegetation zones of Asia is the tundra type. What is tundra type? It is towards the northernmost Asia. The tundra is basically a name which refers to the vast treeless lands which is formed in a very cold region, and it can be seen in the northernmost areas of Asia. Now the second one is taiga type. It is one of the towards the south of the tundra. It is an extreme coniferous forest with mostly evergreen trees. Such forests are called as boreal forest. So the third type is steppe type. It is towards the south of taiga in the central and western Asia, and the climate changes to the steppe type. Here the winters are cold and the summers are very warm. The fourth one is the desert type. It is large. It includes into the large parts of the Central and Southwestern Asia to the south of the steppe, they are very extremely dry. The cool temperate zone, it is towards in the eastern coastal areas of Asia of this taiga belt. There is a region of the cool temperate climate. Winters are cold and accompanied by the snowfall. Here the summers are longer than those of the taiga belt and it is very quite warm. Then the warm temperate, it is towards eastern Asia, south of the cool temperate region. It has a warm temperate climate with warm, wet summers and cool, dry winters. Now the tropical monsoon type, it is towards the southeastern Asia and most parts of the Indian subcontinent have a tropical monsoon climate. Equatorial is towards in the southernmost part of Asia around the equator where the climate is hot and wet throughout the year and the annual rainfall is above 300 centimeters. Now the last one is Mediterranean type. This is here the parts of the southwestern Asia along with the Mediterranean Sea and the Black Sea. This type of area has the Mediterranean type of climate. There are two types of climate which can be seen in continent Asia, that is the winter condition and the summer condition. So what happens in winter condition, the temperature below freezing is in Central and Southern Asia leads to the formation of the high pressure zone from which the cold winds blow outwards, right? So what happens, the wind picks up the moisture from the sea and brings rain to Japan and the Philippines and to Southeastern Asia and the eastern coast of India. Now the condition in summer happens to be very high in the Central and Southern Asia, which leads to the formation of the low pressure zone which blows in from the sea, which brings heavy rainfall to much to India and its neighboring countries and to east and to southeastern Asia. Now the resources. When we talk about the resources, so as Asia is very rich in the natural resources, it has a very fertile soils, it has adequate water supply from the rivers which give water for irrigation and for hydropower generation. It has a large mineral deposits and an extensive forest too. Some of the resources which are still yet to be utilized but they cannot be reached easily. So some of them are fertile soils, rivers, forests, minerals and fossil fuels, farm products, and these are some cities. These are the important resources of Asia. So let's start with the fertile soil. Fertile soil, it is mainly in the river valleys, which is towards the coastal plains and the steppe grasslands. Rivers are basically used for irrigation, hydropower generation and the inland water transport. Forest, there are different types of forest and in that the coniferous, that is softwood, monsoon and equatorial, hardwood can be found in these forests. Minerals and fossil fuels includes iron ore, tin, manganese, bauxite, uranium, nickel, gold, lead, zinc, copper, coal, petroleum and natural gases. These are some of the important minerals and fossil fuels for the continent. Now the next one is farm products. There are some major food crops, for example rice, wheat, pulses. There are some major cash crops include cotton, jute, sugar cane, tea, coffee, oil seeds, rubber. There are some animal reared, which is cattle. Cattle is used mainly for dairying cattle. Sheep and goats, they are used towards especially in the central highlands. Camels and horses can be found in the over areas in the arid and the semi-arid and central and south-western Asia. And there are some important animal, Angora goat, which can be reared in the Turkey for mohair. Now the cities are Beijing, Tokyo, Hong Kong, Shanghai, Singapore, Seoul, Bangkok, New Delhi, Mumbai, Jakarta, Kuala Lumpur, Manila, Dubai, Karachi, Dhaka and some others are important cities of Asia. So my dear students, I hope you all must have understood, right? And with that, I am concluding the chapter. You all have revised it thoroughly. Thank you so much for watching.